Founded in 2016, Vertical Aerospace is focused on designing, manufacturing, and selling a zero operating emission electric vertical takeoff and landing (eVTOL) aircraft for use in the advanced air mobility (AAM) market. Leveraging cutting-edge technology from the aerospace, automotive, and energy industries, Vertical Aerospace is developing its flagship eVTOL, the VX4. The VX4 is designed to transport a pilot and 4 passengers, traveling distances of up to 100 miles and achieving cruise speeds of 150 miles per hour while producing minimal noise and zero operating emissions. The aircraft is being designed around existing certifiable technology, as well as certain novel technology such as batteries and propellers, which are being developed in-house by Vertical Aerospace's experienced team. The company has made significant progress in its testing program, with its first full-scale VX4 prototype concluding its remote thrust-borne flight test campaign in August 2023. The second, more advanced full-scale VX4 prototype commenced flight tests in July 2024 and successfully completed its first piloted thrust-borne flight maneuvers in January 2025. Next piloted wing-borne flight was achieved in May 2025. Vertical Aerospace is targeting certification from the UK Civil Aviation Authority, CAA, and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, with a goal to have its aircraft certified to safety targets similar to those of large commercial airliners. They've forged strong relationships with industry-leading players, including Honeywell, Leonardo, Dassault, Molicel, Hanwha, Ciensco, GKN Aerospace, and CAE, to develop various components of its aircraft. The company's strategy, Flight Path 2030, aims to achieve market leadership by embedding a pioneering culture, redefining aerospace best practice, and partnering with industry leaders. Vertical Aerospace's goals include delivering at least 150 aircraft to customers, achieving an annual production rate exceeding 200 VX4 units, and becoming sustainably cash generative by 2030. With its sophisticated ecosystem, Vertical Aerospace aims to provide a high-quality experience for customers, focusing on design, certification, assembly, and manufacture, as well as pilot experience, end-user experience, and base platform performance. Exploration into the potential development of versions of the VX4 for various scenarios are being planned in areas like emergency services, tourism, cargo, and logistics, as well as the possibility of forging partnerships in key markets with trusted local brands. To achieve its goals, Vertical Aerospace has deployed a marketing and communication strategy across channels like earned, paid, and owned media, as well as industry events. The company aims to educate and inspire audiences on the opportunities of electric flight and inform the market of its progress through press releases, broadcast media, and speeches at industry-leading conferences and events. By collaborating with its network of renowned international partners, Vertical Aerospace intends to develop its company reputation through combined marketing activities. This means a marketing strategy that supports the delivery of the vertical message of brand purpose, mission focus, and business progress, aiming to provide a cohesive, transparent, and fact-based company profile to external stakeholders. Vertical Aerospace already successfully conducted flight testing of 4 prototype eVTOL aircraft in the United Kingdom. The company's first prototype, the VAX-1, was flown in 2018 as a proof-of-concept aircraft, and the VAX-2 flew in 2019, demonstrating safe flight with a deliberate motor out, a critical step in obtaining certification from the CAA. The company's first full-scale VX4 prototype started its flight test campaign in September 2022 and successfully completed a remote thrust-borne flight test campaign by August 2023. The prototype reached its target speed of 40 kts, demonstrating overall stability and control, and exceeded performance targets during hover and low-speed flights. However, during further uncrewed flight tests, an unexpected fault occurred, causing the aircraft to enter into a stable descent before being damaged on impact with the ground. The investigation concluded that the primary cause of the accident was due to an adhesive bond failure of a propeller blade, and the company has since redesigned the propeller and is no longer using the same supplier. The company's second, more advanced full-scale VX4 prototype was completed in July 2024 and incorporates additional technology from partners that will be implemented into the certification aircraft. The prototype has been designed and built in collaboration with global aerospace partners and features next-generation propellers and new proprietary battery technology. The CAA issued a permit to fly in July 2024, and the company began its piloted flight test campaign, completing its first tethered piloted flight and achieving piloted, untethered vertical takeoff and landing for the first time. Through January 2025, untethered flight tests continued, with Vertical becoming one of the few companies in the world to achieve piloted thrust-borne flight maneuvers with a full-scale vectored thrust EVTOL aircraft. Then, in May 2025, European aviation history was made, with the first-ever piloted wing-borne flight of a winged EVTOL aircraft in open airspace. The landmark flight of the VX-4 prototype, piloted by Chief Test Pilot Simon Davies, saw the aircraft take off, fly, and land like a conventional aircraft, with lift generated by the wing. The flight was approved by the UK Civil Aviation Authority, CAA, through an extension of Vertical's permit to fly, following a rigorous review of tens of thousands of pages of safety and technical documentation. The VX-4 prototype demonstrated controlled wing-borne flight in open airspace for the first time, marking a critical step toward commercial deployment as part of Vertical's Flight Path 2030 strategy. During the flight, the VX-4 prototype flew across the UK countryside from Cotswold Airport, reaching speeds of up to 150 miles per hour and altitudes close to 2,000 feet. The company collected more than 30,000 in-flight data parameters, confirming that the aircraft performed as expected. Vertical is currently the only company globally flying a piloted winged eVTOL prototype that has been developed under a Design Organization Approval, DOA, from the CAA. The CAA is working closely with the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, ESA, for their concurrent validation and certifying the VX-4 to the highest safety standards required for commercial use. The achievement of piloted wing-borne flight is a significant step toward the next major milestone, a full piloted transition flight, expected in the second half of 2025. This will demonstrate the VX-4's ability to shift seamlessly between vertical lift and forward cruise, the operating mode it will use in passenger service. These tests demonstrated the prototype aircraft's ability to hover and progress to piloted, low-speed maneuvers using lift generated by the propellers. The company is now preparing for the next stage in the testing program, piloted wing-borne flight, which would be a world first for this type of aircraft. Vertical Aerospace is currently assembling an identical full-scale prototype, which will accelerate the VX-4's flight test program and demonstration capability. Once assembled, the company will take flight test learnings from both prototypes into the design and development of the certified VX-4 model. Prototype flight tests are a critical factor affecting the operating results of the company, providing essential data and insights that inform the design, safety, and performance of the aircraft. Along with prioritizing safety, they're working to meet the most stringent aircraft certifications globally. The company is designing its VX-4 eVTOL aircraft with certification in mind from the beginning and is actively pursuing certification from the UK Civil Aviation Authority, CAA, and the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, with a winged vehicle using predominantly available technology. To achieve type certification, Vertical Aerospace's VX-4 aircraft will undergo a rigorous assessment of its design, demonstrating compliance against strict airworthiness requirements. This process involves extensive ground and flight testing with authorities, engineers, and flight test pilots across a fleet of multiple aircraft. The company is targeting concurrent type certification from the CAA and ESA, with validation from the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, and other international regulators expected to follow. Vertical Aerospace has been working closely with the CAA, ESA, and the European Organization for Civil Aviation Equipment to establish specific design criteria and means of compliance for eVTOL aircraft. The company's partnerships with industry leaders like Honeywell will play a crucial role in achieving certification. Honeywell's expertise in aerospace and proven track record in flight-critical systems make it an ideal partner for Vertical Aerospace's VX-4 eVTOL aircraft. The VX-4's certification process involves certifying its aircraft management system, including Honeywell's Anthem flight deck and flight control system, featuring Honeywell's compact fly-by-wire system. Both systems will be certified to the highest safety standards of 10-9, equivalent to commercial airliners. This standard exceeds the targeted standards announced by some of Vertical Aerospace's competitors and is intended to make the VX4 the most exportable and certifiable eVTOL globally. The VX4 features 4 tilting frontal propellers, allowing it to take off vertically, and is expected to have significantly quieter noise levels in cruise compared to a helicopter. The interior is being designed to create an outstanding passenger experience, with a powerful powertrain and spacious cabin. The FlightPath 2030 strategy aims to certify the VX4 in 2028 and deliver at least 150 aircraft to customers by 2030. Vertical Aerospace's business model is asset-light, focusing on creating an ecosystem that combines key proprietary components developed internally with strong strategic partnerships with industry leaders to design and manufacture an industry-leading eVTOL aircraft. This model is expected to provide competitive user economics and allow for rapid scaling of production once certification is obtained. The company has invested in proprietary features of its aircraft, including its battery system and propeller design. The proprietary battery system utilizes small-format cylindrical cells to provide high performance, low cost, and sustainability, while the advanced propeller system uses 4 tilting propellers at the front of the aircraft and 4 stowable propellers at the rear to enable high efficiency in all phases of flight. Vertical Aerospace has also established strong collaborations and relationships with industry leaders across critical components required to successfully design, develop, and operate its aircraft. These partnerships include Honeywell for flight controls, Dassault Systems for digital systems, Ascencore for composite materials, GKN Aerospace for electrical wiring interconnection systems, Leonardo for carbon composite fuselage, Molicel for battery cells, and CAE for flight simulation and pilot training. The partnership with Honeywell provides globally recognized services that encompass the design, development, and provision of avionics, fly-by-wire navigation, and connectivity solutions for eVTOL. Dassault Systems' 3DX platform allows Vertical Aerospace to create a digital twin of the VX4 aircraft, providing a single source of truth for product life management infrastructure. Partnerships with industry leaders like Ascencore and GKN Aerospace ensure that its aircraft structure, propellers, and battery containment system are composed of high-quality materials and are sourced sustainably. The partnership with Molicel secures the supply of high-power cylindrical cells for the VX4 through to certification and entry into service. The company's asset-light business model and strategic partnerships are expected to enable rapid scaling of production and provide competitive user economics. By working closely with its partners, Vertical Aerospace aims to create a sophisticated ecosystem that allows it to focus on creating value for its customers throughout the process. Partnerships and proprietary technologies are expected to contribute to the safety, reliability, and performance of the VX4 aircraft. Vertical Aerospace has deployed a sales strategy that involves direct sales to operator customers and third-party distribution networks. They've entered into arrangements with several commercial partners for multiple pre-orders and pre-order options for its aircraft, including American Airlines, Marubeni, Iberojet, Avalon, Bristow, Babcock International, Flying Group, and Cacao Mobility. The partnership with American Airlines is a cornerstone of Vertical Aerospace's go-to-market deployment in the United States. American Airlines has agreed to pre-order up to 250 aircraft, with an option to order an additional 100 aircraft, which has an aircraft order value of approximately $1 billion to $1.4 billion. The company has also received a pre-delivery payment from American Airlines, which will be used to set off against the purchase price for the number of aircraft ultimately purchased. Vertical Aerospace is partnering with Marubeni to explore sustainable, emissions-free advanced air mobility travel solutions in Japan. Marubeni has agreed to pre-order up to 200 aircraft, with an aircraft order value of approximately $800 million. The company has received a pre-delivery payment from Marubeni for the reservation of aircraft delivery slots for 25 aircraft. There is also a partnership with Iberojet to explore business collaboration opportunities in advanced air mobility, focusing on inter-island travel in the Balearic Islands and Canary Islands, airport passenger feeder operations, and the distribution of long-haul customers to touristic destinations. Iberjet has agreed to pre-order up to 100 aircraft, with an aircraft order value of approximately $400 million. Avalon, the world's second-largest aircraft lessor, has partnered with Vertical Aerospace to further expand its customer base in the advanced air mobility market. Avalon has agreed to pre-order approximately 310 aircraft, with an option to purchase up to approximately 190 additional aircraft, with an aircraft order value of between $1.25 and $2 billion. Vertical Aerospace has also partnered with Bristow, a leading global provider of vertical flight solutions, to develop a joint working group to collaborate on identifying key regulatory bodies in key markets of anticipated operation and analyzing demand, fleet size, infrastructure, and storing requirements. Bristow has agreed to pre-order up to 50 aircraft, with an aircraft order value of up to $200 million. Then, a partnership with Babcock International is meant to explore new applications for the VX4, including aerial emergency medical services and cargo transportation. Babcock International has over 35 years of experience in emergency medical services and is the largest single operator delivering helicopter emergency services in the UK. Similarly, Flying Group, one of Europe's leading business jet operators, has partnered with Vertical Aerospace to explore the use of the VX4 in the business aviation market. Flying Group has agreed to pre-order up to 50 aircraft, with an aircraft order value of approximately $200 million. Kakao Mobility, a South Korean mobility technology company, also pre-ordered up to 50 of Vertical's VX4 aircraft, with an aircraft order value of approximately $200 million, adding South Korea to the company's list of customer launch markets. Kakao Mobility is the largest mobility-as-a-service MaaS platform in South Korea, with over 30 million registered users. Vertical Aerospace has a targeted sales approach that involves building an extensive and diverse customer base, including airlines, regional airlines, business aviation companies, aircraft lessors, and existing helicopter operators. The company is working to enable the creation of an ecosystem by seeking out local partnerships with customers and other key industry players in strategic markets. Vertical Aerospace is collaborating with local transport and aviation authorities, airspace, infrastructure, energy, and mobility providers to comply with local requirements and ensure the necessary infrastructure and regulations are in place for its aircraft and partners' expected operations. They're also undertaking demand analysis and network simulation to anticipate societal and economic value. The sales strategy is already being executed through collaborations with several commercial partners, including American Airlines, Avalon, Bristow, Iberojet, Marubeni, Babcock International, Flying Group, and Kakao Mobility. In addition to aircraft sales, Vertical Aerospace plans to provide comprehensive after-sales services, including battery management, pilot training, and aircraft maintenance. Vertical Aerospace will leverage its expertise and knowledge gained through the design, development, certification, manufacture, and assembly of its aircraft to provide ongoing maintenance and support. The company's management team, led by CEO Stuart Simpson, has a highly experienced and complementary skill set that is critical to the success of the aircraft designs and business. Headquartered in Bristol, which provides access to talent and aerospace technical and supply chain ecosystems, the VX4 is being designed with a focus on manufacturing and scalability, leveraging its industrial partnerships to deliver aircraft quickly and efficiently. Vertical Aerospace aims to begin with staged production that will align with pre-orders from strategic partners and plans to scale up production to meet market demand. The VX4 aircraft is expected to offer compelling operating costs across a range of potential missions, with low operating costs enabling operators to offer prices at a reduction to existing helicopter ride-sharing services. The company's expected low production costs and ability to rapidly scale production to meet customer demands will also help drive future OEM sales. The VX4's design allows for flexibility in operators running both intracity and intercity missions, not just for passenger operations but also potentially cargo, medevac, and other use cases. Compared to helicopters, the VX4 is expected to have reduced part count and complexity, lowering maintenance costs and simplified aircraft operations through simpler training and greater accessibility, which can ultimately lead to lower costs. Vertical Aerospace believes that its low production costs and ability to rapidly scale production will help drive future OEM sales. The company has strong confidence in its bottom-up, component-by-component projected cost structure for the VX4, thanks to its collaborative industrial partnerships with key component providers. They intend to leverage expertise and position as a leading eVTOL aircraft OEM to generate revenue by providing services ancillary to its aircraft, including delivery and logistics, emergency services, cargo, and military logistics transport applications. The aircraft services business will include battery management, pilot training, and aircraft maintenance, and the company will leverage developments in its battery technologies and alternative methods of energy storage for use in other applications. In terms of government regulation and compliance, Vertical Aerospace is working with regulators such as the CAA, EASA, FAA, JCAB, and ANAC in connection with the certification and validation processes of the VX4. The company is also engaging in policy discussions with regulators, decision-makers, and communities within its key markets. The VX4 is also being designed to minimize noise, enabling access to existing aviation infrastructure and proposed new vertiports. Vertical Aerospace believes that its aircraft will have a noise profile of less than 70 dBA in hover and less than 50 dBA in cruise, which is likely to be unnoticeable in an urban environment. The company conducts extensive research and development to reduce technical risks associated with manufacturing its aircraft. The main sources of competition for Vertical Aerospace's service are ground-based mobility solutions, other eVTOL developers, operators, and local regional incumbent aircraft charter services. Vertical Aerospace believes that the primary factors that will drive success in the AAM market include the performance of its eVTOL aircraft, the ability to certify the aircraft and service operation in a timely manner, the ability to manufacture efficiently at scale, and the ability to deliver products and services to a high level of quality, reliability, and safety. Vertical Aerospace's operating results are affected by several key factors, including prototype flight tests, commercialization, development of the advanced air mobility market, competition, regulatory landscape, and trends. The company's prototype flight tests provide essential data and insights that inform the design, safety, and performance of its aircraft. Successful flight tests validate technological advancements and regulatory compliance, which are crucial for progressing towards certification and commercialization. Any material setbacks or delays in the flight test program can impact timelines, costs, and investor confidence. Vertical Aerospace has deployed a sales strategy engaging in direct sales to operator customers and third-party distribution networks. The development of the advanced air mobility market is a critical factor affecting Vertical Aerospace's business. The company believes that deploying a new type of aerial mobility network in and between cities represents an extensive market opportunity that will expand over time. However, the adoption of eVTOL as an alternative mode of transport depends on overcoming several challenges, including consumer resistance, perceptions about eVTOL quality and cost, and the evolution and availability of competing forms of transportation. The company faces immediate competition from other eVTOL manufacturers, suppliers, and operators, as well as ground-based mobility solutions and local and regional incumbent helicopter and aircraft charter services. Vertical Aerospace is subject to significant regulation relating to aircraft safety and testing, accessibility, battery safety and testing, and environmental regulation in the United Kingdom, European Union, the United States, and other markets in which it intends to operate. The company is closely monitoring the possible impact of ongoing geopolitical conflicts and general economic factors on its business and planning. Vertical Aerospace continues to evaluate the potential effects of these factors on its design and development activities, regulatory certification processes, and ability to maintain business relationships and contract with prospective customers, suppliers, and other counterparties. The company's ability to navigate these challenges and opportunities will be critical to its success in the advanced air mobility market. For more on Vertical Aerospace and other companies, follow Ascencore. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.